terrorism overseas, internationally. That is the first topic.
Yeah, reports of New Year's Eve in Cologne, Germany, that over 600 reports of sexual assault of women, and now the numbers have been combined with other reports of sexual assault in Germany that include Dusseldorf, and it tops 1,000 reports of sexual assaults.
Now, my question is that really terrorism, though? I mean, that's, I know that was leading all in the news, but, I always thought of terrorism more as like bombings and shootings and.
Well, is rape not an act of terror? Is assault not an act of terror?
Well, but that's a good question, because if it's just, men groping women, I get groped every day on the subway in New York City. I mean,
these were not gropes. These were sexual assault. It was Bill Maher addressed it on the show 2 weeks ago. He connected the sexual assault to the refugees on his show. Bill Maher did it. He said it himself, and he said that if this isn't addressed, don't be surprised that a demagogue like Trump would be Hillary.
I also question that, and I really tend to question anything I see in the mainstream media in terms of reporting until it can actually be proven. Because does it make sense, just logically, if you were a refugee coming into a country, that you would turn around and do something that could get you kicked right back out? I mean, to me, that doesn't make a lot of logical sense, right?
They're not kicking anybody out, and that's why you see in places like in Finland and in Germany, where men groups are getting together and they're attacking the refugees in response, because they feel like the police aren't doing anything. You have videos on the net. You can see it. The 16-year-old girl yelling at the Prime Minister Merkel of Germany and blaming her for all these assaults and rapes, for letting in all these refugees. They're not doing anything to stop it. There was a response, I think, with the Finland group. The reason why they were attacking the refugees was because, well, not just because of the sexual assaults, but because the men who were arrested, they're not even putting down the ethnicity on the police reports.
Well, then that seems to me that would be the police fault for who are doing the arrest if they're not putting down ethnicity.
It just seems like it's a political thing, like hush, hush, don't say it's the refugees. Kind of like what happened in Philadelphia when that Muslim guy ran up to the cop and tried to kill him. And they were saying, oh, no, and nothing to do with that. And the people clearly aren't too happy about that. They're calling out their mayor on it.
Now, just out of curiosity, how many refugees have actually been accepted into Finland? I mean, I know Germany has taken the bulk. How many have we actually taken?
I don't know the amount of taken into Finland. I'll have to check on that.
I wouldn't think it was very small. Kind of Denmark.
I don't think it's small.
Well, the entire country of Finland only has a few million people, so it can't be taken in.
I'm Greek myself. I'm telling you, the island of Lesbos is not that big, and there are just too many refugees on that island right
now. Okay.
I got family there, so just because they're not dead doesn't mean they're not coming in. I call them up, they send me pictures. It's a mess. They're burying people. The island isn't not big enough to bury all these people that are dying in the waters. So,
Well, in one sense, it seems kind of callous to say this, but those are all their domestic problems. I mean, I'm sorry for what's happening in Germany and in Finland, but that doesn't involve the United States. And I do think, seriously, we were instrumental in creating ISIS. So I do think we have a duty to take in some Syrian refugees. Why do I say that? Because we went in, we removed Saddam Hussein. That led to a power vacuum, which then led to ISIS coming to power. Had we never gone into a country where we had no business being in the first place, there would be no ISIS right now.
Okay, but that doesn't solve the problem of them doing terror. Doesn't solve the problem of them cutting, Christian heads off or killing
Oh,
Jews.
well, let's actually talk about that because there have been far more Muslims killed by ISIS than Christians.
Huh?
There have been far more Muslims killed by ISIS than Christians.
Okay, but I'm not hearing any Christian refugees coming in. I don't see any of them. Do you see any of them coming in? I don't see any reports about them. Bill Maher doesn't see any
Well,
of them.
actually, we're not being told about any of the. I know there was a group of refugees who came in through Texas and they turned themselves in at the border.
Okay, look, if they want to come in, let them come in, but let them assimilate. Okay? They can't come and say, oh, well,
I agree with that entirely. I agree with that entirely.
Come and say, well, you're an infidel, we can rape you. Okay? They can't do stuff like that.
I'm in agreement.
It's a law. It's not come here. If you want your stuff, and stay in your country. Don't come here and do what you want to do. What you're doing here, do it here. It's not going to work.
I agree with that. So then we're in agreement that we should take in some.
ISIS, which a lot of people out there don't agree with, and that's a whole half-hour episode we can do on its own. But you can't come here and start. I mean, look, this is what Mars said. Mars said this himself. He's liberal, so I'm using his own words, okay? Because first of all, you got a president who can't say radical terrorism. And Mars saying this is what it is. A great number of Muslims around the world are for Sharia law. You know what's in Sharia law? Cutting off hands to thievery. So, here, all right, if you're hungry, you're going to steal some bread, they're going to cut your hands off for thievery. That's the Sharia law. Putting women to death for adultery. Not men, but putting women to death. Killing people for leaving their religion.
But who is doing that here? Nobody is doing that here.
Okay, look. This is what Sharia law says, okay? If they're going to come here, they got to follow.
And they do. There are lots of Muslims who live in the United States who do follow our Constitution.
Okay, but we're talking about the refugees that are coming in that are doing the same thing they're doing in Germany or in Finland. They're not following, they're not assimilating. They want their own way.
But who? Who are all these refugees coming here that are not assimilating?
Well, now we're jumping back and forth now, okay? We're talking about the ones, we're going to stick with, talking about the overseas ones, okay?
Okay.
In Germany and in Finland. They're coming in, they're not assimilating to the country. Okay? They're not. They're doing things that they say is okay under their Sharia law. Okay? And now people are fighting back. The people are not happy.
But well, first of all, again, I'd say that is Germany and Finland's problem, not ours. But what is it they're doing that is okay under Sharia law? They're not cutting off hands of people they're not doing that.
No.
It's, and for the record, I just want to be very clear that Sharia law does not allow for the raping of women. That is not Sharia law. As a matter of fact, under Muslim belief, they have to be celibate until they're married. Whether or not people practice that.
Muslim women, they're allowed to rape the infidels, the ones that are not Muslim women.
Who says this?
It's in the Quran. You can want, I'll post it on the Facebook page, okay?
I think we should probably consult a scholar for that one, because that is definitely not true.
I'll get it and I'll put it on the page on politics.
And I just want to say one other thing, that actually Muslim clerics around the world have come forward to say that what ISIS is doing is not what Islam teaches. Very much the same way that fundamentalist American terrorists, like the people blowing up abortion clinics, are not true Christians.
Yeah, I know. But we're talking about the terrorists too. I'm not ranking on the Muslims. I know a Muslim guy. I don't have any problem with him. I'm talking. The topic was terrorists. At least that's what the showrunner said. That's what I heard, and that's what I'm thinking on. Okay, the more continues. Women are not equal citizens. They are not criminal activities in Muslim societies. These are activities. So the idea that when Syrian refugees come to European countries or to America, that they are going to completely fit in is a fantasy. I'm not indicting all of them, just like I'm not indicting all of them. The problem is indicting none of them, and that's what it is. You gotta call it what it is.